Okay, we're on part 3, which is to create a function that returns the whole number value of the slope of 4 integer parameters passed in this form. So, in scene, we are creating a function called slope, and we can call it slope integer. And it is returning a whole number. Now it says given 4 whole numbers or 4 integers, so x1, y1, and whole number x2 and y2. Now we are supposed to calculate the rise over the run. So we would return the y2 math minus y1. And here you have to be careful. It's not that you're dividing y1 by x2 minus x1, it's you're dividing both of these. So see, I clicked on the second triangle. So you're taking both of these and doing math integer division of x2. Integer division actually is going to make us redo everything. So integer divide of y2 math minus y1, and you're dividing that by x2 math minus x1. Okay, so that's it. Now, so we should call it. So my first method, so for this one we don't need these in order for this next one to see if it works or not. So we're having the panda say, right, the slope of, and we're just making up numbers. If we want to use 1, 1 and 3, let's do 2, 3, or actually 2, 6, so we get a larger number. We can say it's equal to that plus some sort of whole number. Okay, and actually we should say equals a space. Okay, now it's equal to, the scene has a function called slope integer. So we're giving these data points, which was 1, 1. See how it says y1 at the top up here? x2 we said was 2, and then y2 was 6. So we hit run and pause it there. From 1, 1 to 2, 6 is the integer value of 5. So step 4 is if we tried to do the same thing, but said, let's say from 1, 1 to 1, 6, and we change this to 1, 6, the first one should work, but then the second one crashes our program. So we need to make sure we have some sort of catch to see if we are trying to divide by 0. If we're dividing by 0, we want to prevent that from happening. So we're creating a Boolean function, which is divide by 0, and we're going to give in 2 whole numbers, x1 and x2. We are doing an if statement to say if those two are true. And you can't just drag x1 into true. In true, you have to say, what is it doing? It's doing some sort of whole number calculation. It's saying if x1 is equal to x2, we want to say true, so return true. Otherwise, return false. So we've got our divide by 0, which if they're equal to each other, it's saying, hey, you're trying to divide by 0. So back in my first method, we can do an if statement and say, if there's now a new function called divide by 0, where we said x1 was 1 and y2 or x2 was 1. If you're trying to divide where both x values are the same, we should have it not do that. So we can have our object say, sorry, you cannot divide by 0. Otherwise, they will say what the actual slope is. So if we hit run, they set the correct slope, and then they set you cannot do this by 0. That's all for this one.